Hey, so what is going on, everyone? It is me, Mr. Mario. We are doing River Dogs on Team Deathmatch today for this commentary. This Max Payne 3. You might be saying, Mario, you only commentate over Max Payne stuff. Well, yeah, because I need to pick a multiplayer game, and I've had some of this footage for a bit, and Max Payne is like the only multiplayer game that I guess I'm decent at, that I can, record a few good games. Anyways, this isn't going to be about the gameplay itself. I mean, you could judge it, but, hint, hint, wink, wink, I do take top player on this, so, just saying, not to brag or anything. Anyways, what do I want to talk about today? This is a topic that just, popped into my head randomly, and by the way, happy Labor Day to anyone in the US. This is going to be uploaded on Monday. But, I was thinking about this today. Is gaming childish? That's the best way I can put it. Now, of course, many gamers, they're going to have memories of playing games, when they're young. I started, when I started, playing games, I was on the computer. I was like a toddler playing some Donald Duck game on my PC. When I started actual console gaming, though, when I started, I consider myself a gamer, it was on the original Xbox, and it was when it came out in 2001, so I was like 8 years old at the time. Anyways, getting into this. What do I have to say about it? Is gaming childish? It's one of those things. First off, let me give you some backstory on here. I thought it was childish for a bit. Reason being is that I started working at a game store when I was 16. Now, I don't work there anymore, but I worked there for a little over 2 years. Absolutely love the job, but I quit it because I had to go to college and educate myself. I don't know how much that has helped, but we'll see in a few years. Anyways, what happened was when I started working there, I was like, yeah, I play games all the time, and now I'm going to get to borrow games, and I can buy games that I like with a discount, and I can play games all the time. First off, you can't play at work. There's a whole commentary on my experiences of working there. It was fun, but I mean, just watch that commentary if you want to. But long story short, I pretty much stopped gaming. It got to the point I was around games all the time. I was around gamers all the time coming into the store that games just pissed me off. And also, I will admit that I developed more of a social life. This is also when I was 16, so I could start driving by myself, and that played a big role in my social life. Mainly, I could, not only I could talk to girls easier, I was able to talk to them before, but I was better at breaking the ice, more or less. But also, I could hang out with people much easier, so it was a pretty nice trade-off for that, not gonna lie. Anyways, I keep saying anyways, but that's just how I talk if you watch all my commentaries. So to go into this, I stopped playing games, and all my friends were playing games. Like, I remember the Halo Reach beta came out, and all my friends were excited about it. And I was like, yeah, I got ODST, I might play it. First day the beta came out, I downloaded it onto my hard drive, and I think the beta went on for 3 weeks. I downloaded it, the first day it came out, didn't play it. Didn't touch my Xbox for a while. I did not play the beta until the last day it was in beta stage. And I was like, okay, I'll give it a try. I thought it was okay, nothing that wowed me or anything. But I remember friends were getting mad because I wouldn't get on there. They're like, Danny, you got these games, you got the systems, but you're not playing. What are you doing? I'm just like, man, I'm living life, I have a life now. I'm sorry if you don't. I guess I was being kind of a douche about it, but whatever. That was kind of my take on it, and people were always asking me, they're like, why don't you get on this game? Why don't you get on this game? Because it got to the point where me being online playing a game was a rarity, and it still is, but it was even more of a rarity a few years ago. I remember Modern Warfare 2, when that came out, there was one night where I played for 4 hours with my friends, and I just got completely, from that 4-hour session, it was fun, but I got burned out. I got completely burned out on Modern Warfare 2. I mean, that's how my passion for games just disappeared. I ended up selling the game 2 weeks later because I could not pick it up, and everyone kept wanting me to get on it, so I just told them, you know what, I'm not getting on it because I don't own the game anymore, so too bad for you guys. So at this point, I was thinking gaming was childish. I'm like, yeah, I grew up and all that, but there were still, a lot of guys that are older than me that play games. And I've started playing games again within the past year. It actually happened when I stopped working at this game store, believe it or not. But it makes sense in my head. But, enough beating around the bush. Do I think gaming is childish? I really don't think so. The reason being is it depends on the context. Now, it gets to a point where later, when you are an adult, you have to have other things. come ahead in life. Like, for example, right now, this footage I didn't just record, I recorded a few weeks ago. I've had it on my hard drive for a bit. I'm kind of failing right there with the melees, but whatever. I've had it on my hard drive for a bit. It's not like I just recorded it. Haven't played anything in a bit. But, let's see. Like today, for example, I went to work. I worked 7 hours. I got my homework done there as well, which was excellent. But I got that done. Then I came home. I had to do laundry. I had to make myself food. I had to set up my laptop because I put a new hard drive in there because I'm going to need that for classes. I can talk about that later if anyone really wants me to. But I had to put all that in. And then one of my friends texted me because we were going to hang out. It was like me and 2 other people were going to hang out. And she texts me and she says, "Hey, I'm bored. You can come over early." And I'm like, "Okay, well, wait. I got to wait for the laundry to finish up." So I finished that up. I left. I came back, and what am I doing right now? I'm taking some time out to do a commentary, and after this commentary, while it's rendering, I'm probably going to work on my laptop, or I need to clean up my car. I just put the dishes away and all that. There's so much stuff that you have to do. In addition to that, you know, I have classes. I am working as well. There's just so much stuff that comes ahead that you have to prioritize, that when you do get that opportunity to play a game for 1 or 2 hours, oh my god, it just feels so good. Like, it feels like that, you know, like, sometimes, you know, after a hard day, when you're just pissed off or something, it feels so good to go into a game like this, like Max Payne 3, and go online and just kill people that you don't know in the virtual game world. Oh my god, it is such a great feeling. And, I am happy I have that feeling, because I never would have experienced it when I was 13, 14, 15 years old, playing these games. Because I wasn't working, because I wasn't living on my own, because I didn't have many responsibilities at the time, you know? I didn't have to worry about any of that stuff. It was great. But, you know, am I nostalgic? Would I go back to that? No. Because, I'll be honest, I like being an adult. I like my social life. I like my friends. I like my job. I like my university. And yes, even if that means I have to go from playing, you know, 20 hours a week to 2 hours a week, I don't care. I don't care. Like, for example, in 2 weeks there's going to be this PC LAN party coming up, and just warning you guys, this is going to sound like the nerdiest nerd fest ever, but just imagine 50 or 60 dudes bringing all their laptops and expensive desktops, hooking them up in a basement, turning off the lights, and playing video games non-stop from like 8 p.m. to 4 a.m. This is going to be my 3rd PC LAN party I'm going to, and they are just so fun. They are the nerdiest things ever, but they're just so fun, and I can't wait for that, because I love pulling long gaming sessions like that when I can. Now, I don't do it all the time, but, you know, that happens once every 3 months, I'd say. It's twice a semester, so it's always fun to do, I would say. But when I was saying with context before, if it's childish or not, now, it really depends on the person. If a person's really not matured or anything, like, for example, if they're like 25, they're still living with their parents, they're in between jobs, and they're just sitting at home playing video games all day, not really caring, you know, I find that childish. If they're trying to, you know, go up against 12-year-olds proving that they're better than them, I find that childish as well. But when it's somebody, you know, who has a career or whatever, they have a life, like me, for example, I mean, I don't find that childish. And in fact, sometimes being older will enhance the game. By that, I mean recently I beat Silent Hill 2 for the first time ever. The first time I played this game, I was 8 years old, which is a pretty heavy game for an 8-year-old to be playing. But I'm glad I did not beat it until now. Because now, playing it from a 19-year-old perspective, the game is absolutely incredible. In fact, it's beautiful. The storyline, the characters, the music, everything, the setting, it's just, this is stuff that I would have never thought about or seen when I was 8 or 9 or 10 years old, you know? So when you have that life experience, that enhances your gaming experience even more, even if you can't play as often. And also, maybe, I don't know, like, sometimes it might depend on the type of game as well. I've noticed, to be honest, I know everyone bashes the Call of Duty community, but most hardcore Call of Duty fans aren't really that mature. I'm just going to be straight up with that, okay? I haven't really met a cool-headed Call of Duty guy. or girl, for that matter. In fact, I'm normally turned off when a girl gamer is trying to impress me and say, yeah, I play Call of Duty. Normally I'm just like, yeah, if you don't play anything else, I don't really care. But that's a whole nother thing that I could cover in another topic. But as for actual games, like I was talking about, like if it's like a 30-year-old dude playing a Mario game or something, I don't really see anything wrong with that. Now, if they're completely obsessing over it, maybe, I don't know. But like, for example, last year, I played Super Mario Galaxy for the first time. And I'll admit, that game made me really happy. Now, that might sound weird, but it's just like, I'm playing the game, and I just felt happy playing it. I don't know why. I'm like, I like this game for some reason. And I can see why kids like it. So, at the end of the day, do I think gaming is childish? No. I think that, you know, if you are a teenager, if you're a kid, please don't spend all your time gaming. I mean, definitely don't do that. But try and get, you know, a good amount of gaming under your belt, I would say. Because later on in life, you're gonna miss that. You know, you might make fun of people who go to LAN parties and all that, like, for example, me. But there's going to be the other people who they look and they're just like, man, I got this career going on, I got a family, and I love that, but man, I miss when I could just, you know, go somewhere, hook up my computer, and have like an 8-hour, 10-hour, 12-hour LAN party. So you're going to miss that later. So, if you can limit yourself, if you have control over the situation, I don't think it's childish. And in fact, the older you get, I think it enhances the gaming experience. This is Mr. Mario, signing off. Thanks for watching, everyone.